Heyo everybody, Haku here, and it is the first Wednesday of the month, so it is time for The Walking Dead Comics issue 169, and I'm gonna read through, do my live reaction here, and do a review within the next day or two. I have at least 2 videos to do tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do the review as a third one or not, or if I'll have time, or if I'll have to do it Friday. So it'll probably be up tomorrow, if not it'll be up Friday. Pretty simple, either way. Yeah, 169, this cover. At first, when the cover first came out, I was thinking, oh my god, Dwight with the gun to Rick's head. I was like, even if it's foreshadowing, even if it's not a literal scene that's happening, it can't be foreshadowing or symbolizing anything good. But now I don't think Dwight's gonna betray Rick. It would seem a little bit off the wall if he did, because things ended pretty well with everybody last issue, with Negan convincing in his own way the Saviors to go do their own thing and be peaceful again, and John kind of making that good guy shift in a bit of a way, and really Sherry was the only bad guy. But we've seen from future covers that they're going to be going on the road again, presumably to find the group that Eugene's been in contact with via radio. Then they're going to run into another group probably. I mean, if they're looking for another group, they're probably going to find one, because story and all. So yeah, I'm not sure what this will be unless it's talk about the radio and what they should do next, and the whole Dwight with the gun to Rick is symbolism for their talks about what to do next. But either way, we'll see how things work out. Looks like at the beginning, somebody at the graveside. I would say from behind that's Maggie, but I actually think it's Carl, and I think it's Lydia walking up. Yeah, it is. Just seeing black hair in that jacket. It could have been Maggie or Carl, but no, Carl and Lydia here. There were these 2 boys, Ben and Billy. Their parents died, not at the same time, but it's not important. Andrea, she was with this guy Dale at the time. They took them in. They sort of became their parents. They adopted them. Okay? So, bringing this story back up. They were younger than I was. Everything that was happening, it affected them more. It confused them. Ben, one day he killed Billy. He stabbed him with a knife. He didn't understand. He thought Billy would come back and everything would be okay. It was horrible. The poor kid didn't even realize what he'd done. It upset everyone, and it led to a pretty heated debate. What do you do with a child who doesn't understand what killing is? Back then we were sleeping in cars, tents, whatever we could find. When we stayed in a house, we all stayed together. He wasn't safe to keep around. Someone, I don't remember who, brought up the idea of killing him. It seemed like the only option at the time. He could kill any one of us in our sleep. Andrea wouldn't hear it. She was furious. She couldn't believe it was even being suggested. They locked him in a van for the night. They were going to figure out what to do with him in the morning. I overheard them talking. They'd say things like, how could we kill a kid? They knew it needed to be done, but they didn't know how they could do it. So I snuck in the van while everyone was sleeping and I killed him. I figured it was okay for another kid to kill a kid, or at the very least it was easier. I wanted to take that burden on, like it was a way I could help. I never told anyone. They woke up the next day and he was just dead. People suspected others, but no one ever knew. I eventually told my dad, but not Andrea. Not until years later, after the big fight with Negan and the Saviors. We'd grown so close and I felt bad keeping it from her. So I told her. And she cried. She cried a lot. Then she wiped the tears from her eyes and she looked at me and she said, I love you. My dad once told me that your parents love you no matter what. They can be ashamed of you or disappointed in you, and they can even not like who you are in the moment, but they always love you, no matter what you do. So that's when I started calling Andrea Mom. And we see Andrea Grimes is on the gravestone. And now we see Rick with all the people cleaning up. No, please, don't mind me. Just keep up the good work, he says as it looks like Vincent's taking off his hat. Rick, I'm really sorry to do this now, but it just can't wait. I know what this is about. I know what this is about. Let's go inside. How could you do it? How could you let him out? He's out there right now, free, goddammit, Rick. Why? I couldn't sleep last night. That's going around. I'm sorry. I know you're... No, that's not what I meant. I understand what you're going through, now more than ever, frankly. If he'd killed Andrea, I don't know. So why is he free? I look at Negan now, and honestly, I think of how many husbands I've killed, how many wives. I'm not excusing what he did. I still think about Glenn every single day. It still hurts, but I can't help but be haunted by the fact that I don't really see what makes me so different. You can't be serious. You can't compare. I don't expect you to agree with me, but I can't kill that man, and it doesn't feel right to lock him up for the rest of his life. If it helps, he's not going to be allowed to stay here. The deal was he leaves as soon as the conflict is over. He should be on his way soon. That's really kind of you. So obviously she is understandably pissed, but I also see where Rick is coming from, since we've seen Negan do a bunch of good guy shit. So yeah, it's a bit of a tricky situation where both are in the right in a bit of a way. Now we have Eugene at his radio. Heh, I missed you too. I was a little worried you'd gone dark for a long time. Then when someone else got on the radio, I feared for the worst. Over. Someone else? You talked to someone else here? Over. It was a man. I wrote his name down. Hold on. Siddiq. He said his name was Siddiq. He told me you weren't there. I asked who he told me you weren't there, asked who I was. He sounded frantic. I didn't answer. I told you I would only speak to you. Over. Things got crazy here. The dead breached our walls. Siddiq is a good man. He must have hidden here for safety. I'm sorry if he startled you. And then there's knocking at the door. Someone's at my door. Things have been intense here. We'll talk later. I'm sorry. Over. Tell me about the radio. And it's just Rick and Siddiq at the door. Can't believe you kept this from me. I need to talk to her. She only talks to... I need to talk to her, Eugene. Stephanie, are you there? Over. I am. Who was at your door? Is everything okay? Over. It was our leader, Rick Grimes. I hadn't told him about you, like I promised, but Siddiq told him. I'm sorry, but he would like to talk to you. Over. No, I told you. I would only talk to you. I only trust you. I can't take any risks. Over. Stephanie, I'm begging you. Trust Rick like you trust me. We're hurting here. It's important you talk to Rick. Please, I promise you will like him more than you like me. Over. Stephanie, is it? Listen, this is Rick Grimes. I'm the leader of this community, and we're part of a network of communities that keeps more than 100 people safe. We've recently seen our homes decimated. We've got a lot to rebuild, and if you're as big a community as I think you are, I think you can help. That's what we need. Help. Over. You have to say... no, he was cutting him off to say you have to say over. I don't know how we can help. The distance between us seems too great. Over. The distance between our communities here seemed great at first, then over time we secured safe travel routes between them, made it viable to travel from place to place again. We could do that with you. Listen, this is about trust. I get it. You've been talking to Eugene for weeks, and you haven't been trying to pry any information out of him. I'm confident that you're not planning to attack us. I'm willing to bet that your ultimate goal in reaching out is the way you have... reaching out the way you have is the exact kind of cooperation I'm proposing. Over. Go on. Over. You name the place, close to you, so we do all the traveling, and you can prepare for our arrival, but not so close we could find you. We'll send a small team to the area you choose. We'll be completely vulnerable. You don't like what you see when we arrive, you don't make contact. It's all in your hands. Over. I think I could sell something like that to my people. Give me a day. Over. Okay. Are you sure about that? I trust her, but I don't know if I trust her that much, says Eugene. We have to take risks. This is not the time to hide out. We need all the help we can get. Keep talking to her. Tell me if she says anything suspicious. I'll gather a team, says Rick. I have to be on that team. She trusts me. Okay, understood. Dwight, have you seen Jesus? No, been working too hard. Wouldn't notice him if I did see him. I'm sorry. I am. You just keep on buzzing, busy bee. Make everyone think you're holding this place together, when really you're just making sure you get credit, he says. I'm in the middle of something right now, but when I'm done, you and me are gonna sit down and talk, okay? I'd like that. Packing up already, says Carl, going to Brianna, Dante, and Maggie. People are donating things. Gotta keep it somewhere. Might as well go ahead and pack it up. We'll be hitting the road in the next day or two. If we don't start rebuilding soon, we never will. I can't have my people getting too comfortable here. If you're worried about me, don't. The hilltop is my home. I'll help rebuild it. Carl, no one expects you to come back with us. Not after... Why? What does that change? What about your father? You're going to leave him? I haven't told him yet. He'll understand. He doesn't need me here. What do you need? I need to live my own life. Somewhere other than here. What do you have in mind? So now we have Rick talking to Jesus. Nothing you're not used to. Meet these people, get a read on them, make sure we can trust them. There's some danger to it, but these people seem trustworthy already. I'd go myself if I could. Ohio. Trip like that could take weeks. I'm going to have to say no. I don't want to do this kind of thing anymore. I have something worth staying for. If you can't find anyone else, if you're desperate, I won't let you down, but I'm telling you I'd prefer if you found someone else. I'm sure Aaron can handle it on his own. He's no stranger to being out beyond the wall. Actually, when I said I have something worth staying for, it was a specific someone, actually. It's Aaron. I was talking about Aaron. He's not going to want to go either. So they are finally together after all this time. Oh, okay then. Congratulations, I'm happy for you, says Rick. Dwight, we need to settle this shit between us because I need your help. I need you to go on a trip for me. There's another group out there we need to make contact with. To put it bluntly, no. Why, Dwight? I'm sorry for what happened, more than I can say, but I'm still taken aback by how you're acting lately. I don't quite understand it. You know me, you know I'd never... I feel like we'd be better off with me here. I think I should stay and run things. I think your time is done, Rick. What? You didn't want to leave the Saviors, but now you want to take over here? Explain the change of heart to me. I didn't want to leave the Saviors because I saw what was boiling there, the rage and hatred. I didn't want to be a part of it. Now I see the cause of that hatred. It's you, Rick. Your actions have consequences for us all, and yet, here you are, just acting impulsively, confident that what you're doing is right, because you're sure it's the right thing to do, no matter what it is, because you're the one doing it, even if that thing is killing the woman I loved. Now, he is going about it the wrong way, Dwight here, but I'm also kind of saying, what I've been thinking a little bit reading this is that Rick is going along way too easily with going to Ohio. This seems like, what if they are sketchy? Or at least Rick is the type, he used to be really, really weary and paranoid of people, so I don't quite get what the change of heart is that he's so willing to trust them so easily now. But either way, moving along. Sherry attacked me. I defended myself. I'm sure that's what you think happened, but how could I know? All I have to go on is your word. And Rick just stares him down. I know you'd like to tell me that you have things under control. I don't think you're really a man looking to kill a woman in cold blood. I believe a version of what you say happened. The fact remains, I saw you escalate a confrontation with the Saviors at a time we absolutely could not afford one, and I saw you allow that confrontation to be diffused by Negan, a man we absolutely cannot afford to trust. I'm not sitting here with my soldiers, who I believe would be standing behind me were I to ask. I'm having the conversation with you behind closed doors. I could just as easily be having this conversation with a shotgun to the back of your head. I'm not. I want you to recognize how reasonable I'm being here. I'm what these people need. You've had your time, and you've lost a step. This conversation is over, Rick says, walking away. What? I've got a community in ashes, and another reeling from an attack. I just lost my wife, and I've just moments ago discovered a new larger network of communities. I don't have fucking time for this right now. So as I said, this conversation is over. But I'm going to be watching you, Dwight, with both fucking eyes. So before you bring this shit up to me again in whatever style you choose, reasonable or otherwise, you keep one thing in mind. I have a rage boiling inside of me. At times like this, it's really hard to control, and it wants out. Don't give me a reason to let it out, Dwight. Because at this point, what's one more fucking grave? Gah. After that reply, again, Rick should seem smarter than that. I don't know, I'm kind of on Dwight's side here. Rick is acting a little bit... Because, like, Rick's character, sometimes he acts really, suspicious of people. And he's really good with diplomacy and trying to find a way that works for everyone. And then sometimes he's just really trusting for... Or at least this chapter, he's just really trusting for no reason. And also, rather than finding a way that works, he's saying, yeah, bring an army and we'll just fight each other. Which is the exact complaint Dwight had, is that he was looking for a fight rather than just, like, de-escalating the situation. Again, it wouldn't have been good for Rick to give in the situation, but I kind of see what Dwight's saying here. Kind of do. Either way. Now we have, looks like Rick and Michonne. I hear you're looking for someone to go on a trip. Not you. I need you elsewhere. Not at the kingdom. I talked to William yesterday. He already left to gather people to help her build the hilltop. They're going to have their hands full. Bad time for me to swoop in and shake things up. I need you here. I'm sorry. Not this one. Don't pull that shit on me. If I want to go, I'm going. And I want to go. You have Jesus here and Dwight. You're covered. I'll take Magna and Yumiko. They worked well with the herd. Siddiq wants to go too. We've got a whole squad. Well, if you've made up your mind, I'm not going to fight with you. Rick, did you sleep out here? Haven't been doing a whole lot of sleeping lately. Take care of yourself, old friend. Then she leaves him. Carl comes up. Dad, you want to sit? No, I won't be long. Maggie's leaving today. They're going to start rebuilding the Barrington house. I feel like I should be there. I want to help. So this is goodbye? He says. I'm sorry, I don't want to be here. It's too sad. I remember living here with Mom and you, being happy, being so hopeful. It's weird. I wish I never left, but at the same time, I just can't stay here. It's okay, Carl. I get it. You're not mad? Because you have a life to live and you want to live it? No, son. I'm proud. And then he hugs him. And now we have Dwight and Negan. Pork and fucking beans, am I right? I mean, were it up to me, I'd take every single can and nothing else. Just eat that shit till I popped and fucking died. I'd die a happy man, pork and beans leaking out of every hole, old and new. The new hole is from where I popped, Dwight. Just pack your shit up and go, says Dwight. Thanks for letting me pack up so much food. This'll keep me going for a few weeks while I sort out my shit. Had my eye on that neighborhood where I buried my girl. I want to be close to her. Time's up. Go. Dwight. It's okay. I didn't expect a big farewell either. Fucking assholes. Might as well keep it open. Didn't know you were heading out already. Dwight turns back and it's the hilltop survivors. The hilltop won't rebuild itself. You take care of Rick for me, okay? Then Dwight looks back. Never a dull moment, huh? And we see the group with Siddiq, Eugene, and Michonne now too. You be careful out there. You have no idea what you could be getting into, says Maggie. Here comes some famous last words, but you really think there's something out there worse than what we faced already? Says Michonne. Holy shit, knock on wood, rub a rabbit's foot, glue a mirror back together. That is a level of tempting fate I don't even want to be near. Your vote of confidence is overwhelming. You be careful out there. You two take care of each other. I'm so happy you finally found each other. And it's Magna and Yumiko saying goodbye to Kelly and Connie. We better catch up before they leave us behind. So now we have that group heading out. I guess that means it's the 5 of them, right? Eugene, Siddiq, Michonne, Magna, and Yumiko. And now we have Maggie and Dante. Dante, if you hurry, you can catch up to Negan. I want you to follow him, see where he settles down. I won't lose track of that monster. Okay, well, that, again, a little bit predictable. I knew somebody was going to go after Negan, and it seems like it's going to be Dante at Maggie's request. So yeah, that was an interesting one. I mean, I'll read it a bunch more and review it tomorrow or the day after, but I don't know. It was really good because we got to see a lot happen and a lot of progress. We went through all of our sort of people getting settled from everything that happened in the past few issues, and even on to everybody leaving to go on to what's going to happen in the next storyline with rebuilding the hilltop and with going out there looking for the Ohio community, making first contact. So, yeah, a lot happened. The only thing I'm weirded out by, Dwight's character makes sense. He was acting weird and impulsive and emotional. Like he said, he still knew Rick was a good person. Rick was telling a version of the truth, at least what he knew to be the truth. So he still believed Rick. He just thought that, he had made some bad choices. Maybe he's getting a little bit too old for the job and he needs to take over, which is somewhat reasonable. And I think he sort of learned his mistake. I think that face he had when they said, "Take care of Rick for me," he kind of realized, I was a bit of a dick. We need to work on this together and everything. So I think that was pretty much him saying, I kind of messed up. I was a bit emotional. But on the other side, Rick, his response was such a dick response. Like, what an asshole move. I don't get it. It doesn't seem like the normal Rick sort of response. Like, the way he talked to Vincent and got Vincent to come back over to his side, or the way he talked with the Saviors, this was just different, and not in a good way kind of different. I don't know what was up with Rick's character here. That and him just immediately trusting the Ohio community a whole hell of a lot, when normally he doesn't trust anyone, to the point of kind of screwing over some innocent people here and there because he didn't trust anyone. So yeah, it was just kind of Rick was very, very weird here. He could still be reeling from what happened with Andrea, but this still just seems really out of character for him. But that's just some immediate thoughts after just having read. But that could change. I'm going to read a few more times, review it like I said. So either way for this video, like if you like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of this issue, what you thought of my live reaction and all that. Subscribe for more of The Walking Dead, both comics and TV show. I haven't talked about Fear yet this season, but I kind of want to make a video talking about that at some point. I guess subscribe for more of The Walking... I just said subscribe. Follow on Twitter if you want to try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel, or we can talk there. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.